Mike, of course, season finally getting underway this Saturday with a trip to Dagenham and Redbridge. I mean, first off, just how are you and the boys looking forward to getting started?
I think everyone's excited. I think the whole club is. We're looking forward to it. We know it's going to be a long season, and there'll be plenty of ups and downs, but that's what we do it for, is to be a massive test for us, and one that we'll relish.
And pre-season now, of course, behind us, but going into the first game, do you feel, in terms of fitness and I suppose new boys bedding in, things like that, is that something that will kind of carry over a little into the early portion of the season when you're getting into actual competitive games, or is it something that you feel like you're there or thereabouts at this point?
Yeah, I think it'll still have some carryover. I think you can play pre-season games, but ultimately the competition of a league game and what's on it, I think we'll still increase our levels. But lads are looking really good. We're all as prepped as we possibly can be, and we're looking forward to, like I say, a very good test.
And in terms of today, of course, the final sort of day of training at the stadium until, of course, he's travel down tomorrow. But what's today sort of consisted of for you? Has it been a bit more tactical, looking at Dagenham specifically, or have you still been working on, obviously, the fitness and things that we've touched on as well?
Yeah, we've looked at them. We've done a bit of analysis on them. We can see they've got a lot of experienced players, league players. They've got good players, so we know what to expect, and we're going there really essentially training today 10% out of possession, but 90% about how we want to play, how we want to try and get in behind them and exploit the spaces. And the boys, obviously the training was a really good intensity and good atmosphere, and we're looking forward to getting down there. And
of course, as we mentioned, Dagenham up first, obviously a lengthy trip for yourselves down south, which will be something you'll be used to by the end of the season. But in terms of Dagenham themselves, of course, just missed out on the playoffs last season. So is that a good indication of, I suppose, what you'll be up against this season in terms of, the first game being up against a team who are essentially fighting to try and get out of the league and move upwards?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good marker. I think, everyone always says the first 10 games, then you know whereabouts you feel. But again, there's no targets, there's no limitations for us. It's every single game, just like we attacked last season. It'll be the same. Win, lose or draw, we'll go about our business and our process. We're trying to improve every single day. It's a long journey, but it'll be one of many, so we're looking forward to that as well.
And in terms of it being the first game itself, obviously you mentioned there, perhaps it more being the first 10 where you've got a bit of an indication as to how things are going and how you're doing. In terms of when you look at the first game itself, some people place a lot of stock in it and getting off to a good start. Are you someone who looks at it that way, or do you not really focus on the first game being the be-all end-all as such?
First game, last game, every game it's 3 points up for grabs, and we want to try and make sure that we go about our business and we look back, we'll refine it. I don't read too much into starts, middle or finish. It's just a case of making sure we focus on this game. This is the game, the only game, and we're all going to be geared towards making sure that we start the game very sharp.
And in terms of team selection at the moment, so you've been a bit of a mixture in pre-season and testing lads out in different positions, but do you have a bit of an idea of who will be sort of making that starting 11, or are there still a few places up for grabs that you're kind of moving backwards and forwards between a few lads at the minute?
We've got options, we've got a competition which is really good. We've obviously got an idea of how we're going to go and what we're going to do. We've looked today at a couple of tweaks in terms of how to try and get in the pockets and upset the opposition. But yeah, like I say, our blueprint is no different. We're always trying to find solutions and make sure we're as threatening out of possession as in possession. But yeah, we've got a good idea, and the boys are primed and ready.
And on the injury front, of course, mentioned previously, Lewis Knight and Dan Jarvis maybe out for the first sort of portion of the season. Perhaps, is there anything new to report elsewhere, or is it pretty much the same as it was for the final game of pre-season last week?
Yeah, there or thereabouts. We've got a couple that we're just going to look at in the morning just to see where we're at. But yeah, ultimately it's largely the same.